It's over. It's finally over. But the news is just starting. With hospital admissions and cases going down, some people are kind of declaring that the COVID-19 pandemic is over. Of course, for the reality of people working in the NHS, we know that that's not necessarily the case. It might be declining, but over is far from it. In fact, the BBC article that I've quoted here actually talks about the fact that there are fewer than 100 deaths a day on average. And to put that into context, during a bad flu season, there would be more than 100 deaths. The thing you don't realise, guys, is though, that's 100 more deaths a day than we should have. So you got the flu deaths plus COVID. Which one of your family are you going to sacrifice, eh? Also, while the world returns to normality, we know that in the world of healthcare, things are just getting started. That's right, in the next few weeks and months, you should look for your trust to start planning out how they're going to deal with the backlog of waiting lists. My guess is a mixture of weekends, 3-session days, and maybe even a little bit of overtime pay, maybe? Who cares, as long as the staff are being looked after. Unless you're in Wales. Public Health Wales launched a survey to capture the impact of COVID-19 on health and well-being of nurses, midwives, and healthcare support workers in Wales. Which is really interesting because, during the pandemic, I didn't see any ODPs or physiotherapists, or speech and language therapists, or anyone working in ITU, critical care, or any of those areas. It's really weird, isn't it? It's almost like allied health professionals don't exist in Wales. Strange. Dr. Benjamin Gray, who's leading the survey, said, "Our survey will provide vital insights into the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on our key workers and students in Wales." It's always good to know there's ODPs, and again, physiotherapists, paramedics. You're not really a key worker. You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. And we don't. We really don't. Thank you to one of our viewers for bringing that story to our attention. If you have any stories you'd like us to report on the news, please get in contact, let us know. So who's going to pick up the slack? I guess social media. It's August, so it is start of the We Active Challenge, where all sorts of healthcare professions, including AHPs, are challenging each other to do the most days of activity by posting photos on social media like Twitter, Facebook. It's a friendly competition to see which professional group can get the most activities throughout the month of August. So what do you have to do? Firstly, sign up to that lovely social media channel, Twitter. Try and avoid all the trolls. Put your blinkers on and head straight to @WeAHPs. Quickly give them a cheeky follow and then start getting active. What do? Tweet a picture, not a video or a GIF. Use your team's hashtag. For us as ODPs, it's hashtag AHPsActive, and tweet it out. You can tweet more than one picture a day for more than one activity a day. And all kinds of activities count, whether you're going for a walk, a run, but not sleeping. No, not sleeping. No, it's AHPs Active. Remember that, guys. Finally, on to some tech news. SageTech Medical equipment have developed a new extraction and purification process for anesthetic gases. What it does is places a canister between the anesthetic machine and the scavenging system. This canister then condenses the gases into liquid form until it fills up at around 30 litres. This waste is then taken to SageTech's processing facility for purification. Now, what I'm not sure is if that means that the purification is where they separate the separate gases, sevoflurane, isoflurane, and desflurane, into the constituent parts so that you can basically recycle them and use them again. But the interesting selling point that SageTech have put on their website is that this paves the way for the removal of scavenging systems, which can be one of the most restrictive elements of designing any theatre in terms of the ventilation and stuff. This means that the design and placement of theatres or anything that requires anaesthetic procedures can be far more flexible than it would have otherwise been. The technology seems promising, with the company getting £2.9 million worth of investment in May, and we look forward to keeping an eye on this to see how it develops in the future. Of course, if you're still working in a department that has a fax machine and uses a 50-year-old anaesthetic machine, you may be waiting 2 or 3 decades before you see this tech. Never know. Everyone's still using those theatre tables where you have to hand crank it to move. Yeah. I'm sure it's coming. And lastly, it is 2 weeks to go until the Association for Perioperative Practices annual conference. Now, last year, because of our good old friend COVID-19, the conference had to be cancelled, but this year they are holding a virtual conference instead, with reduced pricing, which is great, with talks from keynote speakers such as Dr. Philip Hammond, plus 18.5 hours of CPD. 18.5. You can write off that HCPC registration renewal just like that. Just Bang, bang, and it's online. So not only do you get to enjoy the comfort of your own chair, but you also get to like play Tetris or Farmville or Fortnite or Call of Duty or Among Us while you're doing it. Head to afpp.org.uk for ticket pricing, where there are different rates for members, non-members, and student members. I don't think your ticket includes a barbecue this year, but you could Deliveroo? Deliveroo do barbecue? Maybe they should partner with Deliveroo. AfPP, hit me up. You, Deliveroo, partnership for the conference. Let's go. Let's make magic. But that is it for the news this week. If you have any stories you would like us to share on this, please send an email to odppipcast@gmail.com or hit us up on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, any of them. You can do it with a little dance if you want. I don't care. We'll see you next time.